buttons.
Just no explanation for the wig. Just gonna keep that on.
Because I ride like
The wind.
To be free again.
It's true.
And I got such a long way to go. Such a long way to go.
Welcome to the Rubber Duck Syndicate.
To make it to the border of Mexico. Because I ride like the wind. Ride like the wind. Go ride like the wind. Okay, I don't want to get copyrighted, so we'll stop now.
I didn't want that to ever end.
I think a lot of people do.
No.
Because I'm giving off both Michael McDonald vibes.
And you're singing a Christopher Cross song.
Yeah, but he's in it.
Yeah, featuring Michael McDonald.
Well, I'm also giving off Storm.
That's totally like I saw. He was, is that Halle Berry?
Or the other woman, I don't, because she was in the other X-Men movies, but I can't remember her name.
I thought it was Halle Berry in all the X-Men movies. Oh, wait, was there?
There was a younger version.
Was there one in like this when they did the 70s
like
version?
Days of Future Past.
I do not remember that one. Must have been a different actress. I must not have noticed.
Well, Days of Future Past, First Class. There are a few other X-Men movies where the X-Men movie timeline is very weird. For the fact that from X-Men, the original X-Men came out in 2000 up to X-Men 3 is one timeline, and then it splits off into another timeline, and the other movies it's weird.
The only thing consistent is Hugh Jackman
and Patrick Stewart.
No, but he's James McAvoy sometimes.
Yeah. Oh shit, that is true.
Yeah.
But the only thing constant is Hugh Jackman.
Thanks, Hugh.
We love you, Hugh. Everyone does. But also, I just thought about because of talking about the Christopher Cross song.
He means "Ride Like the Wind," folks.
Yes, "Ride Like the Wind." I was giving him his name too.
Yeah. We're very, very big on attributing properly the references we make here.
Yeah, we'll say a lot. Daniel more than I, because Daniel has all the knowledge in his head about these random celebrities.
And also because O says probably 60% of names that he knows incorrectly.
Yes, I do. But I will not get Christopher Cross wrong because it's simple. But that also leads into...
Dad will make it. It was a crisscross joke. Get it? Yeah, he gets it. He gets it.
Kids, there were artists back in the 90s called Crisscross.
Yeah, they were teenagers, and they had their signature style, which was wearing all of their clothes in reverse. Which it was a weird time to be in school in the 90s because, if you like crisscross, you wore your clothes backwards. Yeah,
so it was typically baggy jeans you would wear backwards. You would wear either, jerseys backwards, not really t-shirts. It would be jerseys and baggy jeans backwards.
Yeah, it was loose-fitting clothes.
Yeah, very loose-fitting clothes. But getting back to my original point, talking about that song, because it is a fantastic song. The reason I think we both know about it is from the SCTV skit with, what was it?
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis. It's still hilarious. I watched it earlier today. I was like, it still holds up. It's funny.
We'll link to it.
Yeah, we'll do the links and things like that, in wherever we post all this stuff at. Well, or you get around to it. You can look it up yourself. Stop being lazy. We say all this stuff. We want you to look it up as we're talking about it.
We only want what's best for you. You
should
learn to stand on your own.
Okay, yeah, we should be a little bit kinder to our ducklings out there. We love you.
Really, at this point, if you're still watching us, there's something wrong with you too.
There's something wrong with everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something wrong with you in the most right way.
Yes, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you being so wrong in watching our content of what we talk about, which makes no sense a lot of times.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah. to us.
Yeah.
And also to some of the people out there. So they were like, yeah, you know what? I vibe with these guys. I know what's going on. And they're really attracted to the, like, man, this fat male storm is just doing it for me right now.
Halle Berry could be watching us right now.
She could be.
She could be just taking notes for a Halloween costume, like the alternate universe version of Storm.
Oh, the overweight, the overweight American Storm, overweight American male Storm. Ooh,
Maelstrom.
Yes, thank you. I was looking at it together. All right, but there was I wrote down some stuff too, because you know how we operate here. We have no operations. We come in hot and just say whatever we want to.
Yeah, we could plan these things, but that would really hurt us in the long run.
Yeah, it would hurt us, and it doesn't make any sense. And then we have to plan around that, and it's just so much work.
Consistency, continuity,
it's so much work. And then we have to pay attention to all this stuff and like try to be accurate. No, we're not here for accuracy.
Yeah, because we're in the same boat as you, dear viewer. We actually have to go back and watch this stuff again before we upload it.
Yeah,
so we know exactly what we're inflicting on you.
Yeah, and we once we know that, we're actually watching it and we're like, we're hilarious, and then we're also sometimes we're like, oh,
we should never be allowed out in
public.
We
should not tell our family and friends about this.
Yeah, so I officially sent the link to our first episode, online to my parents, and they have very, let's say, tactfully not said anything at all to me about it. So I'm pretty sure that means they have seen it.
They've seen it, and they're so concerned. They're like, where did we go wrong with our son?
There were so many possible ways.
There's
so
many
with me, and then I just went wrong on my own.
And that's how it has to go. Like they have to teach you the wrong way up until a point, and then you have to be wrong on your own as an adult.
That's what being an adult is. It's committing to being wrong.
Yeah, essentially, you're wrong a lot of times.
I mean, kids are wrong a lot, but their parents cover for them.
Yeah, up to a point. Depending on how much money they have.
True.
So yeah, if you have some rich parents out there and they're covering for you, all the time, you're like, oh yeah, I crashed my $60,000.
Mommy helped me get rid of a dead hooker.
I beat that case and that hooker at the same time.
That's really impressive. If you were actively beating the hooker during the case and then you still got away with it.
Yeah, there are a lot of cases out there where you're like, oh, there is no possible way this person will get away with this. And they do because they have money and influence and whatever.
Also, by the way, don't stigmatize sex workers, folks.
Yeah, please don't. They're out there doing the Lord's work. It is the oldest profession out there. And yeah, you shouldn't do that. Like, I'll put it this way, like, I never hired a sex worker. I'm okay with that, but there's other people that have. Because they have a certain niche that they need to fill. And I'm not going to fault them for that. Because they were like, hey, you know what? This is not something that everyone is into. I'm into it, but I have excess money. So I can, purchase the services for whatever I like. So I won't knock them for doing that. Like, again, we will question you about it. We won't knock you for it. We won't kink shame you. But we will question it.
Because really, it's just probably just genuine curiosity. How did you find out you were into some of that stuff? I mean, what could you have been doing? What sort of activity was adjacent to that led you to think, ooh, you know what? I would like someone to, beat the crap out of me while we're having sex. Or, I mean, whatever the weirdest kink is. Yeah, we should probably not list the weirdest kinks that we know of because that's a quick way to get us demonetized.
Well, see, it's going to be a world of difference from what you know and what I know.
That's right, because he has access to the gay community.
Not so much like because of that, like the gay LGBT community are much more open with their sexuality. So they will be very much upfront about what they like. And if it's a, odd kink or, fetish or whatever it may be, they will let you know up front. versus I would say people maybe in the straight community, they will keep it a secret until like the very last.
Oh yeah, we're all super vanilla until it's too late to leave us.
Oh God.
Now you have to decide: do you want this life with me, or do you want to not be weird?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's a clip that gets played a lot where they talk about the implication as they're on a boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, well, we'll start mixing up and doing stuff, and they won't turn down sex because of the implications. And the other guy was like, yeah. He's like, what do you mean by that? He's like, yeah, where are they going to go? Like, they're on a boat. They don't really know this guy. They're, hundreds of miles away from shore. What are they going to do? Are they going to say no because of the implications? So I'm like,
so yeah, don't get on boats with strangers.
Yeah, don't do that. Have a flare with you handy all the time, because I got mine right here. Yeah, you thought I was gonna bring out a flare. I didn't.
Improv. This is called object work. This is how we make the big bucks in the improv world. Yeah. It's like miming, but we're not nearly as committed to it. It just tickled you, didn't it?
It did. Mm-hmm. Improv tickled. But shit, we're off subject. I was going to bring
up
something.
How do you know we're off subject? How can we possibly tell?
We're all over the place. All right, hold on. I brought up, because sometimes I'll write down stuff that we all have a discussion about, but...
Yeah, he's got a list that says save it for the podcast.
And it's never like a long list. It may be like 1, 2, 3 subjects. But
that's the limit of our attention span.
That is the limit of our attention span, because it goes all over the place. And we are very much aware of that. So, there's 2 things I want to bring up first. Hudson Hawk.
Hudson. When the hell did we talk about Hudson Hawk?
We didn't.
You just put that on the list just to preload that, huh?
Yes.
Okay, we can talk about Hudson Hawk. Buffy, Baw. Yes. Hudson Hawk, was it 92, 93?
Yeah, it was early 90s.
Yes, this was like when Bruce Willis was like before he was dedicated action star Bruce Willis.
Yes.
He still had some like a little bit of like romantic comedy Bruce Willis left. Mm-hmm. This was kind of his transition movie to action star Bruce Willis. So it's got weird action sequences, but it's mainly just a goofy comedy.
Yeah, and I think it was received badly.
Which, I mean... It may have been because I saw it when I was a kid and I loved it.
Yes.
So that might just mean that as a kid I didn't know any better and that's why I liked it. So I don't know if it's actually bad or if it's just everyone else that saw it sucks.
It probably is. It can be both.
It can be both.
It can be both. But I also remember watching it as a kid and just being impressed. I was like, this is the guy from Die Hard. And then you're watching it and you're like, why is this movie weird? Why are these assassins named after candy bars? And then you're just like, where is this movie going?
It's like brilliantly surreal.
Yeah, you're like, okay, he's robbing something, but he's also singing with his friend as he's doing it.
Well, they did that to synchronize their times because they apparently did not have watches.
Yeah,
but they did have perfect internal timing for singing songs.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, if we both sing this song at the exact same time, we know exactly where we're going to line up. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, you can do that with watches. I believe watches exist.
But it's not nearly as entertaining to see on film as someone just checking their watch every few seconds.
But
having a built-in soundtrack and having some excuse to pretend that this movie is not a musical. I mean, it's just like no, it's not just one of those things where they happen to burst into song because they're overcome with emotion, and we're just all supposed to accept that happens in this world. No, they're singing for a very established, logical reason.
I always think that if they could have kept singing, but they also could have promoted watches. They could have got Swatch to, be part of this. They're like, synchronize our swatches together. And they, Swatch would have just been out of control.
They probably didn't have the requisite licensing in place.
They could have bought it for $79 back then. You could buy
in the early 90s, Swatch was a hot property.
It was, and you gotta remember how cheap Swatch was in the 90s. I would think, I don't know exactly how much, but I think like you can buy a Swatch for maybe $20 at that time.
I don't know. I never had a Swatch. I wasn't cool enough to have a Swatch.
Yeah, I also had like I didn't buy a Swatch because I never wore watches or.
I did, for a short time, have a Casio calculator watch. I was that kid.
What?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I need to solve this problem.
Yeah, my fingers were too big to use it from pretty much the day I got it. So. These hands. And
no, you can't do it. We can't keep talking about never-ending story all the time.
I was just gonna say, and there is your requisite never-ending story reference, and we can be done with it.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, we need to stop referencing never-ending story.
You keep doing it. Stop it.
I know, but it's so good, but also so traumatizing.
Artax.
Because like when you talk about that, I think Batman a lot too.
We have our go-tos, yeah.
Yeah, we have our go-tos, so we...
Really, was it, fun pop culture in the 80s and or 90s? Yeah, we're there for it.
Yep, and some stuff in the, like, the aughts, maybe in the 10s also, but like the 10s really didn't bring that much.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in there, but we also, that was by the time, like, during the first 2 decades of your life, movies and pop culture, like TV and music, like that is way more important than it is when you grow up and get, like either a job or like other hobbies and like activities that you do. Like you have a lot more in your life to focus on besides the music and the TV and the movies that are floating around. So basically you got the first 2 decades of your life to form the impression of the good stuff, and then everything after that is just this new stuff that might be okay.
Yeah, like sprinkled in every so often. Yeah. You're like, yeah, you need to watch this. You're like, do I really need to? Like, I'll get around to it when I feel like it, because there's tons of media, videos, movies out there that I have not seen. And we talked about this before. I think we both have not watched The Sound of Music.
Yeah, I have not seen Sound of Music. I've also not seen the Godfather movies.
Okay, yeah, you haven't seen the Godfather movies. I've probably seen enough of it, but not in its entirety. Like, I know the references and things like that,
yeah,
but...
I know enough. I can catch many Godfather references, but I've never actually seen the movies that they refer to. I've seen movies explicitly talking about referring to the Godfather movies, in which they explain some of the references, which is the next level of meta.
Yes. But yeah, there are tons of movies out there where, someone, like, I can't blame them for not seeing it. You think about it where, like, if you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, you never seen Forrest Gump? You'll be like, oh, you've
Forrest
never
Gump was one
seen...
of those ones that, you ought to have seen. I mean, admittedly, it sort of went away after the first decade or so. But, it was one of those ones that, they reran it constantly on HBO.
Yes.
And it never got old. And it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. But, like, say, if you're talking to someone that is, let's just say, like, 22. They never seen Forrest Gump.
They were born way after it.
Yeah, they were born way after that. Or even someone like in their, like say, even if they're like 30 right now, they never seen Forrest Gump.
But everybody knows when you say, run, Forrest, run, you're referring to something. And everyone knows that phrase.
Yeah, they know that phrase, but they may never seen the movie. So they understand it may be from Forrest Gump. They just never seen it themselves.
But there's a lot of stuff, especially in English, that people have no idea where it comes from or even exactly what it means. But people will say it because they know that those particular words are the right fit for whatever situation we're in.
Yeah, and it's just like say I can't say like when you haven't seen something you don't be like, oh, you never. I understand there is tons of content out there, along with the Rubber Duck Syndicate, to watch. There is so much content out there of music, movies, TV shows, web shows, all this stuff to actually consume. And then, like, if you try to, I guess, like, stigmatize someone for not seeing something, don't do that. Don't be a jerk.
The exception being The Princess Bride.
Yes, that leads into the other topic I was going to bring. Like 10 movies that should be watched, or how did I phrase it correctly?
Oh yeah, we were talking about like the top 10 canon list of movies, like movies that everyone should know.
Yeah, like so I did. I wrote it down. Requirements of movies that need to be watched, like top 10. So Princess Bride is definitely one of those movies, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, please, folks. So Princess Bride is one of those movies that everyone could watch. So you're thinking about it like, oh, is it proper for kids? Yes. Is it proper for teenagers? Yes. For adults? Yes. Old, young, like whatever race you are, it is for everybody.
Yeah, like the one argument against it that you might be able to make is that it is not as diverse as it could be today, but it's it's from the 80s.
Yeah, it's from the 80s,
So,
but
for a movie full of white people, it's still remarkably relatable to everybody.
yes, and it doesn't. And I will say this, like as watching like as a kid or as an adult right now, yeah, it could be more diverse. But the thing is, it's set in a fantasy world. This was like written by someone else. I don't think anyone should be mad at the movie for not being diverse. I have not heard of, in the black community or like in our newsletter that we get. I haven't heard. I was waiting
at the weekly meetings.
At the weekly meetings. Well, we don't have to meet in person. We just got our, black network that we have in our heads. I haven't heard anyone really get mad about The Princess Bride, not being diverse or having like enough black people in it, because it transcended that. It was one of those movies that are like, hey, it's so good, we don't care about like the race of people that are in there or the lack of representation of like say people that are like disabled or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, it also has the benefit of being set in a fantasy world. It's not supposed to be anywhere in real life, so. You can't say that that's an inaccurate representation of wherever, because wherever doesn't actually exist.
Yeah.
So I guess it's easier to feel connected to something that doesn't exist than it is to feel connected to something that does exist and might be wrong.
Yeah, because like if you set that movie in a world where like everything does exist, people are gonna go there and be like, oh, I expected this, I want to see this. Like, no, this is a fantasy world. They brought up, like, they made these things up. Like, yeah, Andre the Giant is not just, like, walking around and climbing up, like, the side of a cliff all the time. Not anymore. Sad to say, he died, folks. He's gone.
Take a moment for Andre the Giant.
All right. He did have a farm in North Carolina that I found out.
I did not know that.
It was outside of Raleigh, I believe, like 70 miles outside of Raleigh. Apparently, he bought it like at the like height of his career. He went and bought like I forget how many acres, but he bought a farm and he was just there. And it was in North Carolina, and I found this out maybe last week.
Huh.
So I was like, oh.
I want to know more about Andre the Giant's farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if he had lived longer and gone on to make that farm a working farm, or maybe like turned it into a vineyard or something, like, you would absolutely be buying Andre the Giant vineyard grapes or wine from the vineyard.
You already know what he would be making there. Peanuts.
This is another reference to The Princess Bride, folks. A very important one. But also, I'm sitting here quietly trying to hate my friend to death right now.
You can't, because, like, it came from over here. It was way over here. It's like, you know what he's going to make? You already know it. It's going to be right here. Right in your face.
Now, we both know the soil around Raleigh is not appropriate for growing peanuts.
Oh, maybe he could imported it. We don't know.
Import dirt.
Hey, import dirt to make peanuts.
I bought a farm in North Carolina. We're going to import most of Georgia for it.
True. It could be one of those things. Like, it's like, oh, let me just get like 8 dump trucks of dirt and make peanuts. Andre the Giant's peanuts, folks. Get your net on.
I have no response here. I cannot think of anything. Nope, I got nothing.
You have something you just don't want to say.
No. I started to form something and it went away because I was still just overwhelmed by Andre the Giant's peanuts. Why are you laughing like a 6-year-old?
Just the way you said it made it just funnier. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I'm collected now. I'm good. What's another movie you want to add to this collection aside from
the collection of movies that everyone should have seen or should see?
Should see. Like, I guess like a requirement. Like, hey, these are like 10 movies you actually should see in your lifetime. So Princess Bride, I say, is really one of them. Another one, I would say that is, I can't say obscure, but kind of references to something that we watched recently. So what we do a lot of times, we record on a certain day and we'll hang out because we like each other. We're cool. We're friends.
Despite certain references to peanuts.
Like if I didn't make it, you would have made it.
It might have gone unsaid. We'll never know now, will we?
No, we won't. But anyways, well, like aside from working on the podcast, editing, doing all that stuff,
which is exhausting. You should be grateful to us.
Shut the fuck up.
One of us might be doing more work than the other on this particular podcast.
Yeah, take a guess who.
I'll give you a hint. He's wearing a wig.
We can talk about this in my natural hair.
You Ric Flair? Woo! Woo! Speaking of North Carolina. All right.
Yes.
Okay, where were we?
Talk about... So I was going to reference a movie that should be watched, but talk about a movie we just watched, Red Dragon. It's a early...
No, it was Legend of the Red Dragon. Red Dragon is one of the ones... That was one of the Hannibal Lecter movies.
I thought that would just say it was Red Dragon.
No, that was Legend of the Red Dragon.
Okay, I thought it just said Red Dragon at the end. Okay, it's a Jet Li movie. I believe came out like 94?
94, I think it's
94. Yeah. Great martial arts in there.
Great wire fighting if you happen to
great wire fighting. Funny when it needs to be. Also kind of cringy because the grandmother... I'm going to use a replacement word because I think we get flagged if we say the other word.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about flagging, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of, if you notice it does. So the grandmother took advantage of her horniness on someone else, but it was made to be a joke. So that was kind of weird to see that part. But yeah, go back and watch a lot of say 70s, 80s, early 90s wire fighting movies. They're very much enjoyable. So like anything with Jet Li, a lot of stuff with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Donnie Yen is a perennial favorite. He's a little bit later.
Yeah, he's a little bit later, but still, nonetheless, please watch those. But I would say one movie that everyone maybe should watch for, like, say, the action part of it, Ong Bak.
Yeah, Ong Bak. That's a Thai movie featuring Tony Jaa.
Yes.
Who that was his big, jumpstart into action movie stardom. You've probably seen or maybe heard of Tony Jaa. He is a small man who can kick anyone's butt.
You keep saying he's a small man. He's also 5'10". We looked that up.
You're right, but it just... You've corrected me on this before, and it just doesn't sink into my brain because he's portrayed as somewhat small in like every movie that he does, but he's actually...
average height.
Yeah, so why do they keep putting taller actors in there with him?
Everyone is small compared to you, Daniel. We all can't be 6'3".
I am large and ungainly.
Yeah, we all can't be 6'3", college educated, and can make chocolate. Ladies. Yeah, he can do all that stuff. So yeah, Tony Jaa is not a small person. He just does...
But he can kick your butt.
He can kick your butt in, 18 types of ways, because there is a feat that he does in the movie where he's face to face to an opponent, and I guess he's trying to intimidate him or just show off his skills. Standing right here, and
his opponent is much bigger than him. It makes him look like a small guy.
Yes, and he looks at a light post that is where you can't see where my ceiling is, but it is still up here. He kicks the light post light, just standing and then just kicking it. I was like, that thing is maybe just 10 feet up, and he just kicks it.
It is entirely possible that Tony Jaa can fly, folks.
Yeah, I say it's probably possible, because I think he could just start kicking and just flying that way, like Liu Kang style.
What was that noise? Okay, just wanted to hear that again.
Yes. It's going to be a sound clip.
Speaking of Thanksgiving. God.
Thanksgiving is going to be very interesting for a lot of folks out there this year.
Oh, you mean all the folks that are going to be starving because we're gonna. Should we go into political stuff on this podcast? Just say, yeah. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, sorry. Everything sucks. It's a thing.
Yeah,
it sucks out there. Like we apologize. We don't have any control over that. Personally.
But when I am king, there will be changes.
Yes. But you did go vote today.
I did.
Yeah, you went to go.
It was a local election, but I voted.
Yeah.
Did you?
I had not yet. I went to go get some groceries because I needed stuff to eat.
There's still time.
I know there is, and I can definitely do
after
that.
We wrap up this podcast. We'll carry out his civic duty.
Yeah, I will do that. But also, I'm meeting someone at 7, so in between that, I have to work it out. But I'll get it covered. I got it. So that was another recommendation. So if you haven't seen Ong Bak, please watch that. The story is okay. We'll say that. Story's okay. The action is top notch because not only does he kicks the light post.
Ong Bak is a movie that you watch for you watch a human being doing things that you do not expect humans to be able to do.
Yes.
And the movie is basically wall to wall, action sequences. So we should probably categorize our, official canon list of movies because not everybody likes action movies.
Yeah, that is true. But
we'll have to revisit this with some new rules.
We may have to, and we also have to actually, unfortunately, write it down.
But that means we're committing to it. Unlike putting it on the internet, which means that never mind.
Well, yeah, we can definitely do that where we come back and revisit it, or maybe just have our own stuff and we can discuss it, because there are plenty of other podcasts out there that talk about movies coming out, from the past or wherever they want to. But this is different because you know why?
Woo! Styling and profiling.
I should have came in with the walk.
Should have. You missed the opportunity.
I know.
Would you like to exit now and try again?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'll give it a shot. I'm not sure if I can do it. I'm not sure if I can do it correctly, but I know it's whoo!
Internet 1. That's it. We've completely completed the internet with that little walk on there.
I don't know. Maybe. I could pick, no, the internet's not complete yet. There's still so much content that needs to be made. That's why we're here doing this. We're doing the Lord's work. Or a Lord. Or whoever, whatever you believe in. Believe in whatever you want to. Just wash your hands and be a cool person. Did you make a reference to Where's My Car?
I did, in fact.
Oh, my goodness.
A movie which is brilliant beyond its time.
Yeah. I think we probably talked about it just in general, but we talked about, not on here, I don't think we talked about just dumb movies just being made and released, right?
There's no telling what we've actually talked about.
Yeah, just go back and reference to anything.
Somebody watch all of our stuff and tell us what we've done.
We've already watched it. We talked about it. We're not going to go back. We're not doing that.
We don't want to hear ourselves anymore.
Well, this is enough for us right now. I'm like, oh, God. I was like, oh. I still got to listen to myself again later on to watch this, to point out things. I'm like, oh, I can make this a clip. I can make this a clip. Damn it. Oh, stop being so likable. I'm telling myself that as, the video's playing. But
it is one of your flaws. You are just too likable.
I know. Black Storm. Stripper name, Black Storm.
As opposed to the Storm who is what?
Sometimes they may make her white. I don't know. There might have been a mutant gene that turned her
albino Storm?
Yes.
No, she's already got the white hair. I mean, it's not that much of a reach.
Albino Storm. Okay. But we'll talk about like.
You know, they'd have to call her Blizzard.
I know they would. Sponsored by Dairy Queen.
No, they get real sponsorships. They call her McFlurry.
Oh God. We're brilliant. That's why. Don't get mad at your brilliance. It's okay. We appreciate it.
We're geniuses, but we're misunderstood geniuses. Primarily because nobody thinks we're geniuses. Yes, I totally ripped that off from Calvin and Hobbes, but I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I would say just go with that because Calvin and Hobbes is still fantastic. And it's weird to go back and look at those like as an adult versus when you're younger as a kid. I was like, oh, that guy's playing like this kid playing with his, stuffed tiger, bunny. And then you're like, oh, this is all political stuff and, classes, like talk about classes.
No, it's brilliant. So outside of the subject of movies that everyone should see, Calvin and Hobbes is a cultural touchstone as far as a comic strip that at any age you can go back and it's still good.
Yes. Because like you'll look at it like, you go and watch some stuff because it was a thing when you were a kid. You're like, oh yeah, this is a kid's comic or kid's strip, or because it would show up in the papers in the comics, and you would just read the 3 or 4 panels. I think it was 3 panels. No,
Calvin and Hobbes famously was more panels. So Bill Watterson, the artist, he hated the 3-panel constraint, and so he actually, because the strip was so good, he used the popularity of the strip to force newspaper pages to change the format of the comics page. Because he would do, like, especially the Sunday comics, it would be huge, like half-page images. And he was so popular, they decided to change the format of the pages so they could print it. And he's the reason why you get comics that are not just the 3-panel joke every time.
That is a good thing to know. I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that factoid. But
the more you know.
I was going to say, sometimes you go back and watch stuff, you watch as a kid, and then, like, watch it now, you're like, oh, there was a lot of other stuff mixed in that you didn't realize. You're like, oh, well, about different classes and races and things like that.
Well, Transformers.
Yes.
You know where I'm going with this.
I see.
Yeah, Transformers, which is a beloved part of our childhood. This is the animated series, not the Michael Bay movies, which have their own appeal.
Yes.
But the original animated series, which was basically a half-hour commercial to sell the toys, was genius marketing.
That was that was pretty much every 80s cartoon.
Yeah, and it was someone figured that formula out, and that was the whole decade. But they did try to have some storylines, and so there was one Transformers episode, or maybe it was a series of episodes. I don't know if they continued the story now, but they went to this war-ravaged country where there were rebels, or terrorists, depending on who you look at. The nation was called, I am not making this up, Carbamia. I mean, I know the 80s was tone deaf, but wow.
Carbamia.
No, Carbamia.
Oh, Carbamia.
Yeah, as in car bomb. Yep. Yeah, that.
I would say, like, stuff in the 80s and 90s getting approval for TV was... TV for movies for kids was out of control.
I think that the vast majority of production and release decisions in the 80s were cocaine-based.
That's where I was going with this, because someone came up with a crazy idea. They came up with it, like, I'll describe it, and you're going to instantly know.
I'll hold off for the viewers so they can enjoy this reveal.
But it's not gonna be the weird detail one. It's gonna be like, hey, got an idea. Let's get a group of kids together. All right, they're gonna look for some treasure. Okay, well, what they're gonna run into is someone who is mentally handicapped. They're gonna befriend that person.
Also disfigured.
And disfigured. And we're gonna have them look for this treasure, and that's it.
Oh, don't forget, the mentally handicapped, disfigured fellow, his family are murderers who are chasing the kids.
Yeah, and who want to murder kids. And someone, they're like, so these kids are going out by themselves, and like, the executive producer is like, so these kids are going out by themselves. Their parents don't know where they are. They're going to look for treasure, but they run into murderers who want to kill them for the treasure. And this is a kids' movie? Yeah. You got money for it. Let's go.
I mean, you got the soundtrack.
Yeah. By the way, we're talking about the Goonies. Or pretty much any kids' movie out there that had like a group of kids going out.
Yeah, the Goonies pretty much set the tone for the young person adventure movie. I mean, it is still, even with all of that madness, it is still one of the best kids adventure movies that has ever been made.
True, but still, you think about the different facts about it. You're like, yeah, these kids, parents didn't know where they were. They could all be dead.
Did you ever see the Disney cut?
No.
So on the Disney Channel, they had an extended version of the Goonies.
Okay.
So apparently there was, I don't know if they shot it extra for the Disney Channel or if it was just something that was cut from the main feature, but the scene toward the end of the movie where they go down the water slide thing in the tunnel and they end up in this lagoon, or I guess, I don't know what you would call it, a grotto where the pirate ship is found.
Yes.
But in the Disney cut, there is a scene where there is a giant squid or an octopus or something in that water trying to get the kids. And Data fights him off by sticking his Walkman in his mouth.
What kind of nonsense?
Yeah, I'm guessing there was a good reason why they cut that. But, I mean, I distinctly remember that, and I know other people remember it too. This is not one of those Mandela effect things. It was one of those ones that was on a specific Disney version. Mm-hmm. And I imagine we can probably find that on the Intertron somewhere, but I have not gone and looked for it explicitly since then. I just, have decided to leave it on the fringes of my memory.
Yeah, because, it didn't really come back until, right now as we're talking about it. Yeah, because, if you're walking around having that memory just daily, I would have concerns for you.
Yeah, you got giant squid on the brain. That's a problem. Unless, of course, you're in the Watchmen universe.
Oh, God. Ooh.
Not the movie, the original comics.
Yes.
The movie did some clever editing and rewriting, and I think I actually kind of agree with what the movie did. Like the stuff that they left out of the comics that they, could have made the story the same and or better without.
Yeah, it was a weird experience, watching that, because when I knew when the movie was coming out, a friend had a copy of the actual I guess graphic novel,
paperback graphic novel. Yeah.
So reading through all that, I'm like, oh, this story's crazy. But they also had the Black Sail,
the Black Freighter,
Black Freighter story in there, which was also creative to put another story inside of a story.
Yeah, it was paralleling the action, and it was clever, but I can see why they left that out of the movie.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess spoilers.
Spoilers: giant blue penis.
That was already a thing.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of that and the Watchmen movie, then you have not been paying attention at all.
Yeah. No, I was going to talk about the ending of the Watchmen versus the ending of Watchmen in the graphic novels, because in the graphic novel, I believe at the end, he opens up a portal.
Well, yeah, well, we won't spoil the ending of the movie just in case you decide to see that. But in the end of the graphic novel, the grand conspiracy plot is trying to make people think that we've been invaded by a creature from another dimension.
Yes.
And so they concoct and actually create from scratch the body of a giant. I fear to say this because we might get flagged for whatever, but it was a giant mind raping space squid.
Yeah.
That was the whole premise. It was supposed to be something that would inflict damage and get into your minds, and was going to be this extra dimensional threat to everybody, and that was supposed to unify everyone on Earth because there's something scarier outside that we can all unite against.
Yeah, and I remember that, but also remembering the fact of also being weird about it, where he was saying oh yeah, we'll release this in, I guess, New York City.
I think it was supposed to hit New York.
Yeah, in New York City. He's like, yeah, I will. And this was Ozzy saying that, I would sacrifice the lives of 10 million to, preserve the life of, 60 billion, which is a very weird thing to kind of go about. But I'm like, you don't need to sacrifice people, but in his eyes, everything was cool.
No, he's supposed to be smarter than us.
Yeah,
that was basically his whole superpower.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm way smarter than everyone. Yeah. Because geniuses, or I won't even say geniuses.
People that think they're geniuses.
People that think they're geniuses. Wink, 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 wink. Are
people that move like knights.
We gotta stop. Where are we at right now?
We're at 45 minutes.
Yeah, well that.
Come on, finish your thought about people who think they're geniuses. Come on, at least get the thought out. Then we can end the video.
Oh,
it's broken, folks. We're gonna say goodbye.
Bye. They're like, oh, you got your phone. Okay, that's cute.
That's usually. Let me know when it launches. I'll like and subscribe. By the way, like and subscribe, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to say that.
Yeah, like,
Feels
subscribe.
dirty.
Like, subscribe, hit buttons, hit bells, do dinglings and things
Remember us.
Remember me.